Now, do you believe what you see on the news? In Britain, television news presenters rightly take their place at tables somewhere well below the salt. In the United States, they're somewhere between George Washington and Francis of Assisi. The anchorman's world of hairspray and platitude is ripe for parody, and few people have done it better than Ron Burgundy and his team of anchormen, among them weatherman Steve Carell. Our anchorwoman, Emily Maitlis, has been talking to him.
Oh, hey, Linda, I want to introduce you to Ron Burgundy.
Hello, Mr. Burgundy.
Oh, black. You're black. I'm terribly sorry. I don't know why I can't stop saying black.
Is this for real, Freddie?
Linda, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. So you have a black boss, and it's freaking you out. Is it freaking you out?
A little bit.
You're freaked out?
To be honest.
Is it freaking you out?
Oh, she's got a knife.
I think you scared him. You can't shout at Brick.
Steve, news has provided a fairly rich seam of comedy in your work so far. Why do you think that is?
I don't know why. I started, the first news-related thing was a show that I did in the States called The Daily Show, which was a mock news show, and I played a mock reporter. And it was essentially a guy, a roving reporter that would go out and do these stories that were found by our research department. And I had no experience as a journalist, and certainly no right to be doing what I was doing. None of us did. We were actors and improvisers, and we were completely out of our depth. And we would go out into the field sort of pretending that we were legitimate news people and trying to pull the wool over people's eyes.
Do you find our industry slightly ludicrous?
I think, yes. And I will say that to your face. I think there is a lot of fodder for comedy. I'll put it that way. I think that it can be absurd at times, and you know, it's a necessity, and it's something that news is something that people need. But I think what specifically in Anchorman 2, the way news is depicted is it's the advent of the 24-hour news. It's a lot of time to fill, and there's a lot of inconsequential news. There's a lot of news that is there only to gain ratings, and it sort of pokes fun at that aspect of the news that is more corporate controlled and less about actual news gathering and more about earning the ratings prize.
You're saying corporate controlled. We're avoiding the word Murdoch. Does this feel
I didn't say anything.
No, I'm just wondering whether it might, stab in the dark here, feel like a Fox satire.
I think and I can't speak for Adam and Will, who wrote the script, and who the template for certain people in this movie are, but I'm sure he was one of the inspirations for the corporate head of this conglomerate that runs this new 24 hours news station.
With an Australian airline.
It's an homage. It's not, it's nothing more. It's certainly not to take anybody down.
Does anyone else speak Australian?
Can I get you to say with me, how bloody are you?
The movie isn't, I think, a really harsh indictment of news, but I think it makes some valid and intelligent points about how news has changed over the years.
I want to talk about your character Brick a bit. He's mentally not quite there, right? Did you feel uncomfortable at all trying to get laughs from someone who, I guess the old-fashioned word is retarded?
I never thought of him that way. I always thought of Brick as an incredibly earnest and sort of childlike persona. He one of the things I like about this group and the four of us together, these four characters, is that there's a real affection between them. There's a real support, and there's, they look at Brick as a brother, and they are there to help and support him, as opposed to say anything or make him feel awkward.
Brick is a liability when it comes to going on air.
Oh, they're all liabilities. They're all buffoons. See, that's the other thing. They're all idiots. And so Brick is just sort of the most naive idiot of the bunch.
Thanks so much.